But like I said, I don't care if you got arrested 700 times for streaking in the park. If you want to go ahead and do flyer tech with me, that's fine. I don't have to hang with you afterwards. No sleepovers. We don't have to go get dinner. We're just going to withstand the sun together and get as many of these up as we can. No problem. I'm all for it. You know, how are you protecting people if you're shitting on everybody? The whole thing is wackadoo. And again, I'm still not convinced that D.O.A. does not have a great heart. I still think that's the case. I might be absolutely wrong here. But I'm chalking it up to a guy who worked real hard, admits he's not a leader, and he's shown that, okay? Because you're supposed to fall on the sword. The whole fucking point of a leader or a coach is to fall on the sword. You know, you take responsibility for everything. You never go, this person's why we lost. No coach does that. The worst coach in the world doesn't do that. A general, captain, no one does that. That's ridiculous. So I chalked it all up to not getting any sleep. You know, 1 hour of sleep a day for a week, and all the trauma of having guns to your head and all that shit would drive anyone crazy. Okay? You know, and then you have an accident and you're trying to do a relationship, all the shit he's going through. I figured it all just made him go bananas. That's what I thought it was. But, you know, if he's already said he's not going to be doing this anymore, but he's still going to shit on people and then make these ridiculous generalities and, you know, and I'll tell you who's next, you know, and what, you know, instead of just coming out and saying it, the evil way to do it is to not say the name. That's what Scientology would teach you, okay? You don't say the name, so that way everyone's suspect. That's how you sow dissension. Otherwise, you just come straight out and say, hey, Phil and Barry are pieces of crap, and this is why. And that way people can investigate it for themselves, come up to their own conclusions, and that's the end of it, okay? It's not this dissension that never ends. Jesus Christ. You know, it's gotten way out of control. Yeah, I mean, come on already, you know? Yeah, I mean, Dan is, you got to watch out for Dan because he was at the beach with Becky. Get out of here. But again, I don't care if we all disagree on who's who and who's important and who's not. Protest with whoever you want. Support whoever you want. If you really are about stopping Scientology, you can't do it. You can't have another opinion than that. You know, I made it crystal clear. If D.O.A. doesn't like somebody, don't work with them. And don't worry, they don't want to work with you after you shit on them. So there should be no problem. You should never have to mention their name again. He needs to go to the next thing, or he needs to take some time off and then just regroup and then get new people. But who the hell's going to want to work with someone who just shit on every last person he dealt with? You'd have to be a fucking idiot. You think I'll work with him? Hell no. Does that mean I won't support him 100%? If he puts something together that hurts Scientology, does that mean I won't clap and stand up and clap? Goddamn right I will. And there's no bigger fan of him all the way until now. I just thought he was completely off his rocker because of all of what he's been through. A car wreck, all this shit. That could send anybody, you know, to a tipping point where they don't make smart decisions. And I get it. We've all been there. If you're going to be honest, we've all been there. Some semblance of that. But this part now, you know, tune in for my everyday shitting on people when I'm not even going to be here. That I can't get behind. That's something I cannot reconcile. Yeah, I think D.O.A. is a great guy, but I also think blaming Becky like she's the mastermind evil person is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Okay? And like I said, Becky has nothing, nobody there had anything to do, nobody, okay, with that ending. We did the best we could with what we had. It could not have continued. So why would you try to place blame? It could, you know, oh, I stopped it. No, it was stopped. It was over. It was over. At the most, you could have got a day or two more out of that. The most. And I personally believe we crossed a line where Scientology was going to do anything they had to do to keep on removing people. I don't think it's smart, just like Aaron doesn't think it's smart to all be in a group with a name and together and all that. We're too easy to pick off. You don't go head to head with a 500-pound gorilla to do anything other than poke it. That's it. And then you bail out. I mean, this is guerrilla protesting 100%. If you want to fight this cult, we're buddies while we're fighting. And that's why I made that football analogy. You got 50 people. You don't think 10 of those people, like I said, I never hung out with 20% of the football team. I never even had a sandwich with. But you know what? On Friday night, we're best friends, due to the cause. I think Becky did exactly what she was supposed to do. That's my personal opinion. I think she was really, really good for morale. Everyone loved her. I mean, my chat wanted her to have her own show. She was really good for morale. She always said she was there for the victims. Just because she didn't talk Scientology, she doesn't know Scientology. How the hell is she going to talk about it? And she always said victims, 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 and I understand, because that's how she looks at a lot of different people in this world. And she helps a lot of people, that have nothing to do with Scientology, obviously, being victimized by Scientology. Pinche did show me how to do some cool cooking and some cool stuff, and I had fun with her. She really, one of her talents is honest, and everyone knows this. One of her talents is she's fun to be around. She's absolutely real, and that's that. I don't care if 15 other people say, well, if you're around her, you're a piece of crap. It's not going to change nothing for me. And if you can't make me think she's a piece of crap, what chance do you have to make me think that whoever hangs around her's one? Okay? You guys won't even hear who I don't like because I won't talk about it. If there's someone I don't like, you won't know. If they're fighting the fight, if they're no longer fighting it though and still talking shit, that's the most suspect thing there is. Okay? Period. That is the definition of OSA. And I know no one's going to, I can't wait for someone to call me a bad actor just so I can laugh my balls off. I mean, how could you consider me a bad actor? I should be tripping over Oscars if I'm a bad actor. Holy shit. You guys have seen me melt from day one. And, the reason why I'm this loud about this stuff is it's all my triggers. I've told you guys I'm PTSD'd to hell and back. Okay? So, anyone hurting the people that are helping take this place down really fucks me up. It's not healthy. So I wish him the best if he decides to continue to fight Scientology. I absolutely wish him the best. Will I be on his team? Absolutely not. No. Doesn't mean I won't root for him 100%. And if I could help someone in that team with something, would I do it? Of course I would. But, I'm not going to be on a team that he's leading because I think he's a horrific leader. I think he's the best pinch hitter probably in the world. But as a leader, he's fucking awful. I was able to justify everything until today. It's just that simple. And I don't even know if every one of you guys justify it, because don't forget, he's, I say he's 50% of the reason. The truth is, if it wasn't for Selfless, I wouldn't have come back the next day to find out how cool he was. Okay? And that's that. And I enjoyed almost every minute with him. Okay? But I've also seen a ton of things I haven't talked about and you won't hear me talk about. Okay? That also, I had issues with. But I put everything aside thinking he was just absolutely exhausted and he had too many things going on. And I could completely understand coming unglued and making stupid decisions and saying stupid shit. We've all been there. Okay, when you're under that kind of duress, most people don't get swatted 7 times a month or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The guy's gone through hell and back. I get it. Okay, but if he's not, working for the competition, then I'm having a hard time explaining this if he continues to shit on people after he says he's not going to be a part of it. It fucking doesn't make any sense. Who are you protecting? There's no one left to protect but Leah, Danny, and Sandra, and they don't need protection. But if I don't say anything, also, this is the other reason why I do say stuff, because if I don't say anything, then I'm opening myself up to all the bullshit that'll come with it. Sir Crepitus, a week and a half ago, when he was one of his biggest supporters and took him out to dinner, he didn't remember who he was. He didn't even remember who he was. Now Sir Crepitus and me, we got plans to go give the Santa Ana org a hard time. I can't wait to do it. We're just trying to put it together. But then, okay, you're a piece of crap because, you're with him. No, keep me out of your shit. I'm not a piece of crap. I am real. And I went through hell, so don't tell me shit. I can protest with him, and I don't want to hear shit. If you don't like the guy, then don't watch or don't support him. That's fine. And same goes with me. Everyone's good, and then all of a sudden, overnight, they're all shit. I mean, get out of here with this. I root for Team D.O.A. as long as they're fighting Scientology. If Team D.O.A. is dissolved into just a bunch of shit talkers, what do I care? I'll ignore the whole thing. I won't watch another story. I don't plan on watching anything else. I don't. Until someone tells me that he's now, taking responsibility for all this and come to grips, and I wouldn't even believe that or want to hear it if it comes any sooner than a month from now. Okay, but if he tomorrow goes, okay, I put together the new team of people who are so stupid they don't care about getting shit on. Come on, let's go. I'll still root every day that they're successful. There will never be a negative thought in my head as far as their success is concerned, whether I agree with anything they do or not. I'll go, fucking, I hope this works. I hope this pisses the cult off. I hope it weakens them. Guaranteed, 100%. I will wear a Team D.O.A. shirt. I don't give a fuck. I'm all about it. Okay? But, this last week has been the most divisive thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay? So, and I was still justifying it. Like I said, until today, I don't even know how to reconcile it anymore. So that's where I stand. I hope I'm right. I hope he's a great guy who just ran into some issues here. Okay. I have a real good memory. Okay. And remember, he said, even the people like me who just want to cruise by and give high fives and hugs out, to the encampment, right? Like, even if I don't do anything there anymore, which I did a whole bunch and spent a bunch of my own money there and busted my ass over there. But regardless, my point is, I won't have anything to do with it in the future. So he has nothing. So it doesn't matter. It's all a moot point at this point. So I don't understand if it keeps going. Then I'm never gonna. He leaves me no choice but to believe what I don't want to believe. If one more fucking word about one more bad actor. What the fuck? The only thing that would make sense at this point is if he comes out and admits O.S.A. gave him, 50 grand to do what he did this last week, and now he's using it to buy a new super van and to do whatever the fuck, Mach 2 is. Cool. That would make sense. Anything less than that, I don't know. So I'm praying that my feelings yesterday and for the last 2 months are still correct. Okay. But I'm definitely losing hope. How about that? Put it like that. I am not very hopeful at this moment. Because he looked like he had no intentions of stopping this shit. And he's heard what I had to say. I made this super fucking clear because everyone's going to tell him. And I say that so no one can speak for me. And I ain't afraid of shit. Okay? He doesn't control me. He doesn't have any, what? Like I wouldn't buy my own fucking tripod? I don't give a shit. Okay? What he did was super cool. And I appreciated everything. And I thought the guy was awesome. And I hope that's what it is. Okay? I'm just running real low on patience and hope, okay, when it comes to that. So, If he takes 30 days off, doesn't say another fucking word, comes back fresh as a daisy and has a whole new plan and people are behind it, great. Get after it. Okay? I know this is a PR war. I'm not interested in feeding people in front of a TV station who will never cover it if someone doesn't get stabbed. That does not interest me even a little bit. And what's so triggering, and I don't know if you guys think about this, but, being vulnerable is what this takes for me. I have to be absolutely vulnerable. I did, with all my power, I did everything I could think of to bury all the pain so that I could be an effective human being. Doing this has taken all the scabs off, has dug it all up, okay? I love Laura. I can't tell you how much I love her. It's just like having another sister or something I didn't know about. But let me tell you something. When I hear her yell, I want to go Rambo, because I hear the pain. It's not volume for volume's sake. It's pain. When I hear Serge just crushing it on his streams, I hear the pain. You don't think that triggers the shit out of me? I didn't block you. And listen, get out of my chat, though. I will block you. Get out of here if you want to talk more negative shit. Listen to what I've said in my last 4 or 5 streams, okay? And if that doesn't make perfect sense to you, nothing will. Listen to this stream. Back it up 10 minutes. If that don't make sense to you, I have nothing to say to you. Nothing. You're experiencing psychotic paranoia. I've never blocked anybody. Ever. I don't even know how to do it. No, what you do is worse. What you do, you can't say a bad word about me, so you don't get kudos for that. Okay? You can't. So who gives a shit? You would have sounded like even more ridiculous if you would have tried that. So go right ahead if that's what you want to do. I could care less. The stupidity of someone who would think I'm a bad actor, they couldn't help me anyway, so I could care less. If you're doing this to support crushing the church and to help the victims, then listen to the victims. Okay? Stop thinking you're above making mistakes. Stop justifying shit and stop moving all the blame to other people. If you're a leader, be a leader. Fall on the sword. But like when you were saying, you got to watch out for anyone who hangs out. Well, goddamn well, I've made it crystal clear. Anyone who's protested is welcome in my fucking chat. Okay? Matt the King, Becky, I don't have anything against Rib Guy, but he didn't seem like a real nice guy either. He seemed a little bit like he might not be the best people person in the world, but I have nothing against him. I like everybody I've met who's fought against the church, and it pisses me off when they're belittled because all you're doing is hurting everything. You're not helping shit. You're undoing everything that you supposedly were there to do. And why place blame about something that couldn't continue? Stupid. But what you do is you say, if you're even around somebody who you don't like, then they're suspect. When someone let you know Dan was at the Tony tribute, and you're like, well, you got to watch out, And instead of just coming out and saying Phil and Larry are both full of shit, and this is why. No speculation, none of that crap, but actual 100% solid, 100% proof. And you lay it out there for other people to play it out. Okay? And why you would go any further than that, I don't know. Because no one you shit on would be willing to work with you again unless they were absolutely idiots. Okay? No one you shit on will be willing to work with you again. So what's there to worry about? They can't hurt you. Okay? And if 8 out of 12 people are all bad actors, then you're so shitty at this, you should never choose any teams. Okay, but you don't wait till everyone's busted their ass and then have a shit fest on everyone. And I've been begging you to stop. Are you telling me you haven't heard that? Bullshit. I've been begging you to stop. And I still had your back. Still, even with all the nuts, complete craziness, I still had your back until today. Because yesterday you said you were done. You have every right to be done if you want to be done. I have no problem with that. But why the fuck would you still come on lives to weaken protesters and serve up another huge bowl of dissension every day if you're not going to be a part of this? I mean, it's not okay if you are going to be a part of it, but especially when you're not. That makes no sense at all. Again, that was just another, it's on you. In other words, it's now he's going to point a finger at me. Good luck. I hope he talks shit about me. If he says one fucking word about me, then I know for a fact he is completely either lost it to the point where he's so fucking hyper delusional and out of his mind that there's no coming back, or he got paid off. Because Osa would pay him big money to do what he's done in those last 7 days. Big money. And they would have to for him to shit on his, 3 biggest fucking monetary supporters. Are you kidding? And for what? You're not even going to continue doing this. I called him paranoid. Excuse me, it's super, hyper, uber, schizophrenic paranoia. That's what it is. So I'm sorry if I didn't spell it out. But he's not here to have a conversation. You kidding me? If you would have started out by saying, Eric, I totally understand why you're saying what you're saying. I'm sorry. I dig it, bro. We'd still be talking and we'd come to a conclusion. No, he's coming here to point fingers. Okay? But he's been speaking under his breath where it applies to everybody. So if you're not one of the 14 people he already said is dog shit, well, if you're hanging around any of those, then you are. Man, get out of here. And he wasn't even blocked. Ha ha. I never blocked him. I haven't blocked a single person ever. I don't even know how to. I've already done that. I've already spilled the facts. He's already heard them. He came here and did not address it. He came here to, the most ridiculous shit ever. I never said nothing to you. I never said you did. I don't give a fuck about your panel, and I wouldn't be there. And anyone who even goes on your panels is I don't know what they're doing it for. But go ahead and keep talking, stay in that echo chamber, okay, of fucking morons, who just want drama. I don't give a fuck about your Jerry Springer audience. Don't give two shits, okay? I still don't forgive you for doing what you did with Jay and D.O.A. and everybody on that the last panel, where you see they're all upset and you sowed this just incredible pain in everybody's face, and you're literally going woohoo, woohoo, wee, woohoo. Okay, you literally go watch it. It was disgusting. It was fucking disgusting. You think I'd watch a fucking panel of yours? You're nuts. If he wanted to talk to me, he would have said something. Like I said, he would have said, hey, I totally understand how you feel. You're absolutely right. I get it. There's no way to justify shitting on people. If you don't want to work with them, don't work with them. That's it. You're not helping anyone by shitting on that person after that. All that stuff I got from you. Are you fucking nuts? I got a goddamn the tripod. Like I wouldn't have bought this shit for myself. Are you fucking insane? Okay, I got a tripod and the thing that goes on top of it and a mic, and it's still in the fucking box. You want it back? You're out of your mind. I got 2 fucking things. So, big fucking... And why would you even bring that up? That's an asshole move. Why aren't you addressing the fucking shit I've been talking about this whole time? No, you're still coming up with, woe is me. Look at me and look at you. Fuck that shit. You don't, if you care about fighting the church, you don't do the shit you're doing. Period. Fuck that. I would never have anything to do with it. You have not taken any responsibility at all. You know, and you got such stupid fucking people that, you know, everyone's a bad actor but you. What a joke. Anyway, yeah, I would never, ever have anything. If he would have come in here and taken responsibility and said, look, I hadn't slept in 3 weeks. I crashed my car, blah, blah, blah. And that's why I've been out of my fucking mind. Okay? That would be one thing. But no, it's always super covert shit that only people who sow dissent do. Okay? So, you know, the proof's in the pudding, man. There's nothing to talk about. You've taken responsibility for nothing. All you do is point fingers. Whoever would go on a panel of yours is fucking stupid as fuck. Or just trying to get, you know, or they're not stupid as fuck, but they realize that, you know, they want to grow their channel through Jerry Springer bullshit. I would never go on a panel with you after I saw what you did with Jay and Selfless. That was disgusting. And if you quit, get the fuck out. What are you still here for? Having panels. Jesus Christ. The guy won't stop. I mean, listen, now I take it all back. Now I guarantee you he's full of shit, bad actor himself. Osa paid him a ton of money. There's no other way. There's no other way you can reconcile this. This is not just being batshit. For him to come at me when all I've done, and plus I gave you the 15 ways you could fix it all and come out a hero. You didn't give a fuck. You know, you've already admitted you're not a leader, and you've proven that. You're an absolutely horrific fucking leader. Okay? You're a great pinch hitter. You come in, you know, get some eyes on it and whatever. But, you know, this is, why are you even doing any of this? It's to get views, not to fight Scientology. You ain't fighting Scientology now. You're just wasting people's fucking time. Yeah, I'm not talking about any more of this bullshit. I was trying to help you. You don't want the help. You didn't come in here and say, I'm sorry, not to me, but to every fucking buddy who's all the survivors. Okay? You're full of shit. If you even have that panel tomorrow, it proves you're full of shit forever. Okay? And there's only going to be about 6 people left in this entire movement willing to fucking work with you. And it's probably because those are the people who just want, you know, some fucking, some subscribers or whatever. I've made it crystal clear 100 times. I don't give a fuck what my subscriber count is, as long as it's 250, because that's about how many people actually matter in this movement that are, you know, literally taking part in this. Maybe it's 500. I don't know. But you get my point. It definitely ain't 15,000 or 30,000 or 50,000. Okay? And those people only show up when someone's getting stabbed. So who gives a shit? You're not fighting. I mean, literally, you're working for Scientology right now, D.O.A. That's what you are doing. And that's why my fucking spidey senses went bananas today on your stupid fucking stream. If you're done, move on. You don't have to say another fucking word. Okay? But this is why we all know you're not done. That's just some more fucking trying to, you know, I don't know what that is. Getting the SEALs to clap or, oh, come back. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't think anyone was dumb enough to think you were really leaving. Fucking panel tomorrow so we can talk more shit. What a dumb fucking idea that is. Anyway, I'm done with that. And go ahead and block all his fucking accounts. He ain't here to talk. He's here to point more fingers and say more unsubstantiated bullshit. And I'm not going to hear him say one more fucking word about another goddamn protester ever. You know? And I hope he tries to shit all over me. That'll be the funniest thing ever. That might actually finally do him in. And I really believe that's the only reason he hasn't brought me up before that. He's brought up everybody I've ever fucking talked to. And then says if you ever talk to them or if they're ever around, watch out where they go, who they're with. It's the same thing, but a pussy-ass way of doing it. I was in Confident Chris's chat fucking 2.5 hours ago, and I gave him a super chat, and everyone was fucking high-fiving and cool as fuck to me. So I don't even know what you're talking about. I got no issues. I think Chris is amazing. I mean, think about it. The only people he hasn't shit on are the ones that he literally can't. If you shit on a survivor, your name is fucking mud. And fuck you. Okay, that's number one. Number two, to shit on any of the protesters when you're not going to have anything to do with this, irreconcilable. Period. But, so he couldn't say nothing about me or Streets or Jessica, okay, or Chris, wow. But watch out for Dan, because he was with fucking, come on, man. Anyway, I'm done with this shit. And I don't want to talk about it. I was trying to help you 15 fucking times. And all that bullshit. I got receipts. I'm coming with them later. And then, So you just keep sowing dissension and then actually saying that, you block someone for sowing dissent. It's the most ridiculous shit ever. I've never seen more hypocritical shit in my life. There's nothing to argue about. There's nothing to even talk politely about if he doesn't take responsibility and apologize. And you know damn well that ain't coming. And if it does, good. For everybody. And again, I would root for him instantly if he was fighting the church and not the people fighting the church. And it's gone on too long. It wasn't one rant. It's been a fucking week of this bullshit. And I wouldn't even say cancel D.O.A. I'm not into that canceling shit. We're all adults. You don't like someone, you don't deal with them, and that's it. Now that I know, 100% that this bullshit is done, fine. It was done already, man. It was, like I said, today the harm was done. It was done on that stream with Snappy and Selfless and Jay. That was so gross. But it showed what he was here for. Don't I give you the entertainment? That's not entertainment, man. Some things, I'm sorry, are not entertainment. Anyway, I'm glad that's done. I am. And everyone can refer to this today, yesterday. No, not yesterday. Didn't say shit really, but today or 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, and I've laid it all out there. I've said the same thing every fucking time, trying to help him, thinking he was just out of his fucking mind. Okay, but obviously that's not the case. He's going to continue going with this to protect nobody and to keep weakening the fucking movement. But I don't think he's going to have any success at that. I really don't. I think there's going to be a ton of people who love the drama, who are only here for that, are going to go, yeah, all right, fuck yeah, because they want to keep that shit going. I get it. I've said this from day one. Watching me put up flyers is boring as shit if you don't understand what I'm doing it for. Okay? And what's in it for me. Okay? I get that. And then you can't even half the time watch me do the flyers because you're busy looking at my balls or my tits or some damn thing. So I get it. And I love you guys for being there. And you know who I mean. All of you guys who are just absolutely amazing. But I don't, and I don't blame the guys who were there for entertainment. That's what he sells. I get it. Okay. But it's not coming on my back. And I'm sick of it. A fucking week I've been telling him over and over, how to do this. We have so many smart people, so many amazing people here you can take advantage of. Okay. But he just wants to keep on, come on. There's, If he even does a panel, if he even does one more fucking stream where he mentions a single goddamn protester with one word that's not fucking fantastic, then I change my view from this point forward, period. And then I say this was all planned. He wants you to believe he's so smart. I'm so much smarter than him. I'm smart. I'm the smartest guy. I'm a professional. I'm smarter and smart. And then he does stupid shit after stupid shit and then doesn't listen to anything that makes sense. Okay, that's planning. If he meant well, it wouldn't have gotten to this far. And you would never do the most evil thing of all, which is just the generalizations. Watch out for this and that and the other, but without naming people. That is 100% psyo. 100% Scientology. That's how they would work it. That's exactly what Osu would do. That's how you sow discontent. You know, I'll let you know a little bit here and there. Don't worry. There's some other people too, but be really careful about people who go to any of the people who I told you about. Really careful. And if they get a donation, who gave it and why? Coming from a guy who fucking, just shit on his 3 biggest fucking support. I mean, give me a. This is child's play at this point. Anyway, like I said, I love you guys. I hate going through this. You guys know the pain I go through. And I was never here to do this bullshit. But if all he's got to say is, what about the fucking, $50 worth of shit I gave you that the chat actually paid for? You want it back? What, do you think I wouldn't have fucking got it myself? I actually have a job. I can buy a fucking stand. I didn't want to go through any of this shit. But it had to be done. And he forced that 100%. If he would have come in here and said, just, hey, sorry, I've been a little out of my mind. I'm going to rethink this. I'll be back in a month with a great plan, and you're gonna love me again. Wonderful. That's what I told him to do. Makes perfect sense. Give yourself some time. But obviously none of that was the real reason anyway. Okay? Because he doesn't have any trouble doing 3-4 streams a day or whatever it is to talk shit about people, but not one word of reconciliation, of healing, of support. I really thought, with everyone just hugging each other, it would be a great time to come through with the positivity, and that would have been another good time for him to do that, and he missed that boat. And so after today, I'm done, man. I'm fucking done. Yeah, and I'd have been happy to talk to him. Like I said, I've always, even all the way, like I said, until today, I still had his back. I still said, you know what? I still believe that he was coming from a good place, doing what he thought was best. I can't say that anymore. I can't. And I don't even know how I got that out after him going, woo, with all the fucking discontent on that panel. Okay? So, I understand this is his way of living. This is his, this is how he makes a living. Okay? I'm not trying to make a fucking living here. Okay? So, this is how he makes his living. I get it. He has to get the eyes on it. And I don't have a problem with that, Go protest something else, and I don't care if your heart's in it or not. I don't give a fuck. I do know you've made yourself worthless in this movement by shitting on absolutely everybody. Mindy, you don't know for sure. I mean, she's probably good, but, she's pretty naive. But, I don't know. I mean, get out of here. I wish everybody well who's ever fought Scientology, and he did a great job fighting them. I don't agree with everything, but he did a great job. Like I said, it's just last week, So I tried my best because I know he hears everything. He's got people in all the chats. He's already said that, tell him everything, but he's going to act like he didn't hear me. He didn't shit on me because he couldn't. Nothing would fucking bury him quicker than to shit on me. So go right ahead if that's what you want to do. I gave you 100 ways to get around this and make it better without you having to even think. But you're not interested in any of that. Not even a little bit. It's entertainment. We've heard you 100 times. You burn bridges and then build them back. What are you talking about? You ain't building shit. All you're doing is jackhammering everything we worked so fucking hard for. Well, if he does decide to stay and he puts anything together that fights the cult, I'll always root for it, but I won't work with him. And I think he's going to have a hell of a time getting anyone who, who's not meant, that hasn't been in a horrible fucking accident where they had mental trauma to want to work with him. I just don't think it's going to happen. And if he does, great. I hope he does. Again, I'm never going to wish ill on anybody who fought the church or is going to continue to fight him. But he honestly said already, and that's why I couldn't reconcile anymore. He literally said he's done. which we all knew was complete bullshit. Okay, I would have bet the farm that, he wasn't going anywhere. And sure enough, came back with that bullshit today, which completely destroyed it for me. And now he's going to do a panel tomorrow. Get the fuck out of here. No one who matters is gonna watch that shit. That's for goddamn sure. It might have 75,000 views, but it's all people who don't give a fuck about Scientology, taking down Scientology. It's about people who, Jerry. Don't tell me what he's doing. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't care. So no longer bring up what the fuck he's doing in my chat. I am done watching him. I wouldn't watch a fucking 2-second short at this point. I'm out. 100% out. Okay? So I don't give a fuck. And if you're stupid enough to try to besearch me, please have at it. Because I don't think you're anywhere near as smart as you say you are, or you're paid off. It can't be, it has to be one or the other. No one smart would be doing what you're doing. No one who cares about fighting the church would be doing what you're doing. Okay? Fucking pointing fingers. Fuck all that. So you guys, I'll come back, and I'm not going to bring this shit up. It's going to be a vacation for me because I won't have to think about this shit anymore. And he can just do what he wants, and everyone can do what they want and think he's great or shitty. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to try to get anyone to think anything. That's not what I do. I tried to help. He doesn't give a fuck about the help. He doesn't want the help. And I ain't here to argue. And there's nothing to argue. Nothing on my part. Everything I've done is on fucking video or whatever you call this. So you're preaching the exact opposite of me, and I've given you every invitation to, join the non-crazy club, and you'll have no part of it. You came in here. I never said no. You couldn't say nothing. What you did was you tried to destroy this entire movement in a fucking week. And I don't forgive you for that. Especially if you're not going to continue. Okay? So, anyway, that's enough of that. I think I got it out of my system. And I'm glad. That shit was cancerous. So anybody who goes with him now and does anything with him and something bad happens, don't fucking tell me about it. I don't care. Okay? If you guys are fighting Scientology with D.O.A, I wish you the best of luck. And I mean that. And I fucking hope you're successful. 100%. Okay? And I'll still, I don't give a fuck where you go. I'll still go any of the fuck place I want to, whenever the fuck I want to protest however the fuck I want to. And I couldn't give a quarter shit what you think. Okay? So, know that. I'm not at blue right now because I don't think it makes any sense except to poke the bear. That's all good. And to keep an eye on him. We got Chris doing that. We got others doing that. And they're amazing at it. It doesn't even need any more people than that. I'm trying to win a PR war. That's the only war that exists here. There is no other war. Okay? And I'm not here to feed the homeless and all that shit, even though I love the idea. Okay? That's all a great thing. I spent $300 feeding them in my own time, but it has nothing to do with fighting Scientology. I need that money to be in fucking flyers and Staple Tech. Okay? So once that church is locked up, bolted shut, or there isn't another poll without 7 of Mrisker's best fucking flyers, then I'll be done. Or I'll do it till I can't do it. But I am retired. I will never again. I got nothing to say, and do not bring it up in my fucking chat. I don't want to hear him. I don't want to hear what he does. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I wish him well with whatever he does. I appreciate the fuck out of what he's done up until, a week ago, or until he got that TRO. He lost his fucking mind. all the way up until then, I'm a huge fan. Okay? So if you can't see why I'm no longer a fan, then you're not anywhere near as smart as you keep saying.